the court has made this decision that Texas has the right to defend ourselves against this organized, mobilized, cartel-driven invasion of our country. This is historic today, and I'm thankful for the Supreme Court ruling. I believe the ruling was 6-3. Now, this just says it goes into effect while it works its way through the courts,
right.
But this is a big statement that we can go into action now, and this law can become effective now.
In an absolutely stunning ruling, the Supreme Court has decided that the state of Texas does indeed have the right to defend its territorial sovereignty. We're going to look at this crushing blow for Bumbling Biden, along with the Democrats' hysterical reaction and what it all means moving forward. And then we got another bombshell in the ongoing Fani Willis saga. Wait until you see the latest. This is going to absolutely make your day. Hey gang, it's me, Dr. Steve, your patron professor, here to help you stay sane during these insane times. So make sure to smack that bell and subscribe button, and let's dive right in. In a humiliating defeat for the Biden administration, the Supreme Court last night ruled that Texas forces do indeed have the right to defend their territorial integrity by arresting anyone they suspect of having crossed the border illegally into Texas, in a stunning reversal of its original ruling that allowed the bumbling Biden administration to disregard immigration law. The Supreme Court has course corrected, giving local and state law enforcement officials the authority to begin mass arrests, incarceration, and yes, even deportation. It was, of course, but the latest humiliation that the bumbling Biden administration has suffered in the ongoing standoff with Texas officials. As you know, for the last few months, Texas forces expelled federal officials from Eagle Pass and have refused to give up control of enforcing the border, despite an original ruling from the Supreme Court stating that they had to allow federal agents back in to remove the razor wire and other barriers that Texas forces have put up. With the support of President Trump and 27 governors of red states, the Texas standoff has been a sign of a growing defiance in America's heartland against what we perceive as a lawless and corrupt federal government. In addition to Texas troops fortifying the border and actively making arrests, the New York Post just published that Texas is actually on track to building more border wall than Trump did. I mean, this is amazing stuff. Texas has added upwards of 200 miles of border wall, razor wire, and fencing across their border, in addition to the wall constructed under Trump's administration. Here's Texas Governor Greg Abbott.
We either have already built or have under construction more border wall than what the Trump administration was able to put up. We are building these razor wire barriers with National Guard standing behind them, preventing illegal entry. And we will be passing this law to arrest illegal immigrants coming into the state of Texas. And so we, as a state, continue to deploy more action, fighting back against the Biden administration's open border policies, doing everything we can to prevent illegal entry into our country.
And he's doing it. He's doing it. Texas forces are doing it. There's been a dramatic reduction in illegal border crossings since Texas implemented Operation Lone Star some months back. Back in 2021, 70% of illegal immigrant arrests occurred at the southern border in Texas. Today, that number has dropped to just 34%. And now, according to the Supreme Court, these Texas officials don't just have the power to arrest, they have the power to deport. They are doing the job of the federal government that has deliberately abdicated its law enforcement responsibilities under the bumbling Biden administration. And Texas forces have the vast majority of the nation behind them in this. Illegal immigration and border security just so happened to be the number one concern among voters for 2024. 7 in 10 voters, 70%, want the government to crack down and stop illegal immigration. 70%. And according to the latest Harvard-Harris poll, a plurality of voters, 35%, rank illegal immigration as the nation's number one concern. And the overwhelming majority blame Biden for worsening the situation. Needless to say, the left is absolutely livid over this. MSNBC ran the headline, "Supreme Court lets Texas carry out its bigoted immigration law." Gang, it is now bigoted to enforce border laws. That, according to the lunatics who've taken over MSNBC. It's now racist to enforce border laws. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. Also, a lower court, obviously panicking over all of this, they issued an injunction blocking the Texas law from taking effect, despite the fact that the Supreme Court just ruled that it can't. So obviously, Governor Abbott and Texas officials are just laughing that off. They see it as a clear act of desperation on the part of lunatic libs disguised as justices. So what does all of this mean? Well, it means that state rights are back. After they originally seemed to ignore the constitutional right that Texas has to defend itself, the Supreme Court has reversed course and is now, at least for now, recognizing Texas's right to territorial sovereignty. The federal government's jurisdiction over immigration does not overrule a state's right to defend its borders. It's really that simple. So we do appear to be seeing state sovereignty making a comeback, which is very, very good news for the rising red state revolt against the insanity of our federal government. So what do you think? Are you with Texas forces? Let us know in the comments section below. Hey, gang, you've seen how much UFC fighters love President Trump and how much he loves them. They're both fighting for faith, family, and freedom. But did you know that our camaraderie goes way beyond just fighting against wokeness? We can actually get the same pain relief that the fighters in the UFC get, precisely because a fellow patriot and good friend to this channel is the one who provides relief to that pain, and he's here to do the same for you. We all know that as we age, aches and pains are normal, but you know they don't have to be, and that's where the groundbreaking medical scientist Clint Winters comes in. You've seen Clint on Fox News. You've seen him a number of times on this channel. He's a world-renowned health expert who's unveiled a natural pain reliever that's taking the world by storm. It's called CB2. It's the 100% drug-free way to get full-body pain relief without dangerous meds, and it is the official pain reliever for the fighters in the UFC. So whatever you do, make sure to click on that link below and check out Clint's amazingly informative report on how CB2 is changing lives by providing safe and powerful relief at a fraction of the cost of pain pills. Click on that link below right now. The corrupt Fulton County DA Fani Willis just got some brutal news. The Trump legal team is now filing appeals in response to Judge McAfee's insane ruling that determined that while both Willis and her boy toy Nathan Wade were corrupt, only one of them had to recuse themselves in the case. Apparently, as long as corruption doesn't go beyond the 50% mark in Fulton County, that's A-OK. They can proceed. It was a widely recognized controversial ruling, to say the least. And Trump's legal team is obviously exploiting that, claiming that Wade's recusal by itself does not fully address the issue of the appearance of impropriety in the state's case. Well, now the judge in this case, Judge McAfee, has ruled that the Trump team may indeed appeal his decision to keep Fani Willis on, to not disqualify her. Now, what does that mean? That means this is not over. Fani could find herself right back on the chopping block in the Georgia Court of Appeals. In other words, they're going to review the decision made by Judge McAfee, and if they disagree, then Fani Willis will indeed find herself booted from this case. And this is precisely what legal experts predicted in all of this. Fani Willis may have survived Judge McAfee's decision as to whether or not to remove her, but the very fact that she was subject to such scrutiny is enough to cast a very dark shadow on this case as long as she's associated with it. This review of that decision to keep her on, it's just the beginning. Everything about this case is all going to be about Fani Willis. Trump's lawyers have successfully made her the new centerpiece of this trial, and she's not going to escape that. And again, to make it even worse, legal experts are arguing this case won't even end up going to trial until well after the November elections, thus thwarting its whole purpose in the first place. So again, things just keep going from bad to worse for Fani Willis, which means that things are going much better for our nation. So what do you think? Are we seeing the beginning of the end for Big Fani? Let us know in the comment section below. And as always, make sure to smack that bell and subscribe button. God bless. Hey, gang, I just wanted to give you a huge note of thanks to each and every one of you, the thousands of you that have recently clicked on the link below and joined our Insiders Club. As many of you know, we took a big hit from big tech. Our channel was completely and totally demonetized, but you, literally thousands of you, stepped in And you rescued me and this channel by bypassing big tech and joining our Insiders Club. You made it loud and clear to the Silicon Valley oligarchs that we're a movement, an army of like-minded patriots who refuse to be silenced by the international woke police. And so once again, I just want to take this moment to thank each and every one of you who have joined our Insiders Club for coming to our rescue. And for those of you who want to join in on the effort and take action, gang, just click on the link below and join our email list. That way we will never, ever, ever lose touch with each other, no matter what big tech does. So just click on that link below, join our email list, and become a part of an army of literally hundreds of thousands of patriots dedicated to taking our nation back, most importantly, together.